Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I will be reviewing and summarizing the book Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Well, to be honest, I didn't actually kinda like this book because this book is filled with intimacy. But the only thing that got me was the main character's past. So do let me know what do you think about this book, and before continuing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Elizabeth Tate Collins, a 23 years old registered nurse who works in the ER, shifts from San Diego to San Francisco to obtain a master's degree in nursing. She intends to share her older brother Corbin's fancy flat with him. His brother, a pilot, is out at the work when she gets to the flat. When Tate first meets Cap, the talkative lift attendant, they became fast friends. On the lift, she also encounters Dylan, a filthy married man. When she arrives at Corbin's flat, just as she believes she is safe, she discovered a drunken man blocking the entrance and sobbing uncontrollably. While trying to enter his flat, she contacts Corbin. When Corbin calls Miles, a friend who lives across the hall, to assist Tate, he realizes that Miles is actually the one in the hallway. Tate is instructed to let him into the residence. Tate is aware that Corbin must have confidence in this man because he intends to be too protective of his sister. As Miles sobs out loud and mentions Rachel, Tate assists him in entering the flat. Then she goes to bed at last. The following morning, when Tate awakens, Miles confronts her. He wants to know what occurred between them since he is upset. When Corbin gets home, Tate reassures Miles that nothing occurred and advises him to try treating her better. Tate is assisted in moving her possessions into the flat by Corbin and Miles. To start over, Miles reintroduces himself to Tate, but he doesn't engage her in conversation as they move her belongings. When Miles joins Tate and Corbin for Thanksgiving dinner at their parents' house, Corbin is hanging lights when Miles cuts his hand on the ladder. Miles gives her a kiss after Tate bandages his hand. He warns her right away not to let him repeat the action. Late at night, they both find their ways to the kitchen, where they settle their tension. Tate can't hope to find out Miles' background or have a future with him, even though they will sleep together. Tate wants to establish a rule of her own as well, but she is at loss for an alternative. She agrees to his suggestion. Tate and Miles behave like a teenage couple, being intimate secretly. However, Miles ejects her from his flat following each intimate session. Miles never texts or calls Tate when he is at work. This book displays Miles' past from 6 years ago, as their relationship develops, or rather settles into a pattern of strong physical chemistry and then heartbreak. Miles is given the task of assisting Rachel from Phoenix, a new student, to find Mr. Clayton's English class during his senior year of high school. Miles notices Rachel's stunning eyes and hair. He texts Ian to tell him she is having his children after falling in love with her right away. Miles and Rachel learn in an unpleasant turn of events that their parents are getting married. Miles believes that his father betrayed his dying mother during business trips to Arizona with Lisa, who is Rachel's mother. Later, Miles' father admits that he and Miles' mother had discussed divorcing long before Miles began meeting Lisa. But when Miles' mother was ill, he wanted to be by her side. In order to avoid being discovered by their parents, Rachel and Miles carefully follow the rule of their relationship, but Rachel becomes pregnant. Miles ignores his parents, who are outraged after knowing about this, and stays with Rachel. At the university Rachel wishes to attend, he applies for family housing and they are accepted. Miles is more content than ever when Rachel gives birth to a child they have named Clayton after their English teacher. His father informs him that Miles has made him and his mother proud. Miles' eyes are damaged by the light on the way home from the hospital, and the car ends up in a lake. Miles only has enough time to save the child or Rachel. Although Rachel begs him to save Clayton, Miles really saves her. She is enraged, and they are both sorrowful over the death of their kid. Despite their efforts to remain close, Rachel soon departs from Miles, leaving just a note. As a result, Miles isolates himself from love. His son would have turned 6 on the day he was sobbing on the ground outside Corbin's flat. Tate senses that Miles is a kind man with a difficult past, but he won't discuss about it. The night they get intimate and then he shuts the door and abandons her, she feels terribly hurt. Although they had an on-off-again relationship throughout the book, Miles behaves very much like an overbearing boyfriend. Miles storms into Tate's flats and wants to know whether she is sleeping with her male nursing friend after spotting her studying with him. Even though Miles finds it upset that Tate is dating someone else, he won't accept that he has feelings for her. When Tate finally tells Miles how she really feels, he responds that he was honest with her from the start and is not looking for a relationship. When Corbin walks in on Tate and Miles, he discovers their relationship. Although upset, Corbin eventually comes to embrace them. Tate believes that Miles is becoming more emotionally open, but just as they are about to make progress, he shuts down once more. A few blocks away, Tate moved out in her own flat. When she bids Miles farewell, he displays utter emotionlessness and indifference. 2 weeks later, while she is settling into her new home, Miles knocks on her door. It is revealed that Miles goes to see Rachel after receiving criticisms from Cap and support from his best buddy Ian. Brad and Rachel are happily married, but they have a daughter named Claire. She assures Miles that while she recognizes his emotions, they don't have to rule his life. Then Miles asks for Corbin for Tate's address when he realizes he's missing happiness with Tate and then comes up to reveal some of his past and sentiments. Tate sobs with joy as Miles declares his love for her. 6 months later, Miles flies Tate and Cap up in an airplane. Miles and Cap have been friends for a much longer than Miles has admitted, and this will be a Cap's maiden flight. Miles returns and gives Tate the key to his flat after Cap exits the aircraft. She gets the offer to live with him. After she accepts, he also makes a proposal for her. She accepts with joy. This book ends with about 2 years pass before the events of the epilogue. Sam is their baby girl who Tate and Miles named after Samuel, the real name of Cap. When Miles sees and embraces Sam, he realizes that he is capable of love and genuine happiness once more. Prior meeting Sam, Miles had been concerned that he won't be able to manage loving another baby. Miles now has the family he always desired and Tate is content.